Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages, the plane is flying over Erangel for game number 4 here. 16 of the more competitive teams in Europe will be fighting for supremacy today. This is game number 4 of 6, so still plenty of opportunity for teams to get the points that they need to be top of the leaderboard by the end of the evening. I'm Jorisar, and we have the plane moving in from roughly 4 or 5 o'clock position to an 11 o'clock position, so plenty of opportunity to jump out of the plane wherever you guys want. There are 3 teams on the military island, I beg your pardon. Zuktinam have taken the main military base. Novorepnoye are being taken by Pull-Up, including Observatory, my favorite place. And then we have Skade, by the looks of things, who have vehicles and might be rotating around west, maybe going to somewhere like Primorsk. You can see they're all in vehicles right here, and they're all able to continue moving. So I wonder if they're going to skip military island altogether and go somewhere closer to Primorsk. Gatka will wait and see when zone number 1 is actually in place. I've just noticed. Oh, wow. Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. Take a look at this. The first zone where everyone is going to have to move to is just north of Ferry Pier. So Skade in vehicles already. They are absolutely going to be gunning it towards there because they'll be able to get the loot that they need to defend their position without having to be running around trying to defend their position from absolutely everyone. Wow, Nookie, what did fences do to you as a child? Okay, Nookie's actually going to loot here for a little bit. I genuinely thought Skade were going to go straight across the bridge and go towards Ferry Pier and Primorsk themselves. I'm a little bit surprised that they haven't, but that should be okay. I don't really see another team like Zuktinam getting ahead of them on the bridge, for example. With this plane path, when it came from sort of 4 o'clock to 11 o'clock, it's going to be a little difficult for any team to be ahead of them, provided they start moving across that bridge quite quickly. They'll be thinking about that, though, of course. They'll know it. In Rozhok, we have Nexus, School and Apartments. We've got Furasic. And then Entropic very split to their west. Nowick immediately moving out of this compound and rejoining the rest of the team. Because you don't want this team, for example, absolutely sending it in and having a 4v1 very early on. You don't want to be too split. Up north, one team is in North Georgiapol, one team is in South Georgiapol. We've got one team going Zaki. That's going to be a little bit of a long rotation. And with potential, have got Severny to themselves. Plan B are in Yasnaya, not a problem. Nuclear Penguins really quite far off to the east side. They've got Lipovka and Milta Power split. You would argue that's very, very greedy. But to be fair, no one's contesting them for it. So it's greedy, but it's justified. Why not? Apex now moving into the center of the circle. Zuktinam. Wow, Zuktinam actually beat Skade to this. I genuinely thought Skade were going to move in first. I've said that from the start of the game. Zuktinam leaving the military base, and now all 4 of them are moving across the bridge. They're a little worried that there's someone on the north side. Big choke point here, obviously, so people can just camp out here and try and get those kill points as another team moves across the bridge. Zuktinam don't have anything like that to worry about, but that's why they're proceeding so cautiously over the bridge right now. They seem to be doing all right. The Raise Your Edge are starting to move in towards them. I don't think their final destination is here, though. Or maybe Melman's is. Oh, he's going to move away. He almost stopped here in this buggy, and he saw multiple vehicles rolling up, and he went, you know what? I don't want to have to deal with that. Alya also very nearby, but 2 members of Apex have already taken this compound here. I kind of want to call this like mini farm compound, but that's not really accurate. And Melman might try, but I don't think it's a good idea. And Alya's going to be saying, someone's there, don't do it. The rest of Team Apex are now moving into that position as well. Skade coming in behind Zuktinam. And I'm a little worried for Anonymous. He is the straggler. He is the, as far as moving over the bridge is concerned, Anonymous is the runt of the litter right now, and he has to go straight across to Silas. He's getting shot at. He knows he needs to take evasive action. Needs to be a little more wary than most to rejoin the rest of his team, and it looks like he just about manages to do that. That's why it's so important to be the first team across the bridge, so that you don't have to deal with stuff like that. But Skade have managed to maneuver around that quite well, and now they're going to take these compounds to the west of Ferry Pier. Apex, in my opinion, have the best position. However, Skade have Skade's actually got these compounds more or less to themselves. Entropic No one's going to bother moving west of Pachinki, also quite early. At 5.5 minute mark, you might be wondering why it's early. It's early because it's a shift for so many teams that even the teams that move in late don't actually have to contend with too much. Nexus coming in might be looking at the kind of compounds that Entropic are in at the moment. I suspect they would have seen at least one of the vehicles that came in early. So as a result, we'll be moving further towards Gatka and the Chopsticks, as you can see, as they're affectionately known on the mini-map. They might take this compound here. It would not surprise me if that was their destination. Hey, Donix, by the looks of things, is going to send it straight in. Not expecting any teams to be here. They will be absolutely correct. For some reason, by the way, that plastic crate, absolutely... you can't drive over that. And it does stop the car rather abruptly. Interesting game physics there. But importantly, they are in a safe place. Alia. For Raise Your Edge, what were they doing? I thought the rest of Raise Your Edge managed to move back, but apparently not. He's going to get finished off here, unfortunately, as Apex rush out of the compound to get the kill point, so Alia will go down. Now, the rest of his team are quite far away. They're actually moving into where Shift W is, and suddenly the entire team are moving up onto Example. They're not actually in a compound. They're just holding this hill at the moment. Do they even know he's there? Great grenade! Fantastic grenade. Kilyakai might be in trouble there. It's Chris goes down. Kilyakai as well. And Brexco has been caught absolutely blindsided. Gemty's not even here, by the way. It looks like it's just the three of them here. Melman off in the distance with the sniper rifle. And you've got Example up close and personal. Brex has two different angles he has to worry about. There's a flashbang coming in. Brexco can't see very much right now. Example moving straight in and gets Brexco down as well. So 3 members of Shift W go down here. An excellent defensive play from Raise Your Edge. Where is the 4th member of Shift W? Where was he? There is Gemty. Really far split from the rest of the team, unfortunately. But the good news is, even though the rest of the team is dead, he has an opportunity to stay alive and to try and make something from this game. They will get into the placement points if they make it into the top 8. Still all 16 teams left alive though, so a lot of surviving left to do if they want to do that. And constantly taking shots at people in the distance might not be the best way to keep a low profile, but Gemty is what Gemty does, and he kills absolutely everyone he can lay his hands on. So he takes a couple of shots off towards Blaze, but unfortunately won't get the kill points from that. The rest of his teammates are dead. Let's see what he does later on. Raise Your Edge in the meantime. They've lost Alia at the beginning of that engagement, as you guys mentioned. But the rest of the team will survive over here. So Alia died over here near Apex. The rest of the team are very happy to stay in this position. As you can tell from where the blue is, the circle is now starting to collapse. Don't want to stay out in that too long. Team Pull-Up are moving into center. This is a problem because these are just fields right now. So if they're looking for a compound to call home, this could be tricky. This is now the 8-minute mark. Pretty much everywhere has got somebody. They're thinking about moving into the compound where Apex are. There are 3 members of Apex there. If they do that, they are absolutely going to be crashing in. Okay, they were thinking about it. They heard the gunshots. They've now decided to move away. Fair enough, but where are they going to go next? They might go to where Anonymous is, and if they do that, then it's going to be a 4v1. The rest of Skate are down south. Team Yikes on the west side also eyeing up this compound. We could actually have a 3-way fight for this, but no. Pull-Up are going to move north. Sikora is now going to join Anonymous so that it's a 2-2 split to make both positions a little bit more defensible. Maroon hears the vehicle go from south to north, so he knows at least that there's someone there. Not 100% sure how many, and it could be 2 different squads. They don't have that information yet. Gemty still firing on everyone like he's invincible. I mean, credit to him. Looking for an opportunity there to try and get Melman, who appears to be down for Raise Your Edge, but will get revived. They've got a very, very sneaky player in Nixie coming in from the south. If he can get a sneaky little finish, they're always thinking about it. He sees Melman. And that's the 2nd knock. They're going to be asking, where is he sniping us from? Wow, instantly spotted by Quizzy. This is why these guys play at this level. It would have taken me about 5 minutes to spot Nixie there, but well done. So he's going to move back, and unfortunately, that's Melman downed for a 2nd time. He should be able to continue playing in the game, though. Somehow, Skate avoid getting crashed by both Yikes and Pull-Up, and as a result, they've got these 2 compounds in their 2-2 split. They seem to be doing okay. And everyone seems to be into Circle 1 relatively fine. Is there anyone on the outside still tanking damage? It doesn't look like it. Cool. Let's find out where the circle goes next. It's going to be a shift, a very, very hard shift onto Ferry Pier. This is going to suck for a lot of the teams because look at what percentage of the circle is water. You can't exactly hold a compound and defend your position in water, right? So everyone is going to be piling in to just a couple of compounds, and we probably will see a team or two in Ferry Pier as well, which normally wouldn't be considered desirable. Look at this. Someone play the Benny Hill theme music, because everybody is on the move. Skade, both halves of their compound, going in straight away. Zuktinam on the east. We've got Raise Your Edge trying to thread the needle in the middle. Blaze are going to run straight into Entropic. I'm waiting to see who I'm going to click on first. Skade managed to get what looks like the trenches. They've got these trenches positions first. It's not great, but it's not bad either. You actually have a couple of really nice dips there, and they should be able to hide their vehicles as well. So they've got that. Where are Pull-Up going to go? They might be moving towards where Zen... Oh, no. If Zuktinam are there now, Raise Your Edge are trying to stop them from moving over here. They might go straight into Ferry Pier rather than deal with Zuktinam, because they would have definitely seen someone go in there. Yikes, and with potential, fighting over the same compound. Yikes are trying to run, but it doesn't look like they're able to, so they're going to split this compound in half. No one's actually dead yet there. I'm really surprised. Nexus, though, right next to Alan Oil, and I think this might be the first major disagreement we're going to take a look at. 1440 goes down initially. Kill still. Now needing to get into the warehouses. Successfully does that. Oop. Even if the vehicle gets flipped, that doesn't matter. They escape with their lives. 1440 should get revived, but is anyone pushing onto them? That's the question. Alan Oil. No, they're deciding against pushing because they're worried about other people crashing in, and that's exactly what's happening. Blaze on the north side have taken the opportunity to grab this northernmost building, and suddenly Alan Oil are left scrambling for position. All four of them are in here. They have absolutely cemented this position. Alan Oil have got the opportunity to run away, but they do not have the initiative anymore. That much is for sure. Nexus fighting over the top of Alan Oil, taking a couple of shots towards Blaze. In the meantime, it looks like... Oh, Yikes are going to push in. So they've knocked down one member of the opposition here. And they're going to see if that's an opportunity to push in. Exvolution, though, has a really good covering angle, and it means that they can't actually just run in to try and finish the kill. They know exactly where he is. All he has to do is buy enough time so that they can't rush out, and that's exactly what he's done. Good damage control there from With Potential. Will Yikes try a different plan of attack? The player that they downed will almost certainly be back up by now. And he is. They move back into that two-story building, so they're back inside cover. In the meantime, With Potential just really want to hold this position. They're waiting for Atomical, I think, who's got the off angle here on the different building. If Atomical can sneak together a knock, which is what he's trying to do against Momma right now, they trade headshots. Atomical goes down to 7 hit points, will be forced to move up. That's a potentially great nade from Luke. Try to come in with a bit of damage on the left. If they get the knock onto Atomical, then they can push in as well. So Atomical is the player who might try and get the knock here. And then we've got Luke, who's the player who might try and get the knock here. And then the main 3v3 is going on here. Whoever gets that knock first is going to be absolutely delighted with themselves. But it's still all to play for. 16 teams are left and 55 players still left alive at the 13-minute mark of this game. Chicken Go Cluck just chilling out, happy to play the edge, not wanting to contest those really, really important central compounds just yet. Happy to wait for another day to fight there. Blaze, in the meantime, are now pushing into the building that Alan Oil was in. Apocalypse has gone down for them. But otherwise, that's about it so far. This is technically a 3v2 because 5-6 has gone down. He's knocked, but he's not out of the game just yet. Ival should be able to get a revive. There it goes. 10 seconds on that revive timer. And it doesn't look like Blaze is going to be bothering them anytime soon. In the meantime... Oh, hang on a second. Big fight going on here. This is Plan B versus the Nuclear Penguins. Out in the middle of a field? What even is going on? There's no compound to defend. They must have just started rotating, seen vehicles nearby, and went, you know what? We'll take all of this. And somehow the Nuclear Penguins go down, but they haven't killed a single member of Plan B. I'm not sure what happened there. They must have been depleted earlier on because Plan B only have 2 kills. So they don't have the kill credit for all 4 of those kills. It must have been part of the team or the remainder of the team there. Either way, Plan B live to fight another day. They're on the north side of the circle. They haven't really got much in the way of cover here. These are all fields. They need to find a compound, and there isn't one available. Apex have this one. Skade have the trenches here. You got Zuktinam, who have this compound here, that warehouse and that glass compound. Jempty coming in solo. If he can make his way to the south side of the circle here, it would be a minor miracle. He's the only player left for his team. Takes 1 shot from Misa. Skade know that he's here. He has to go back. What cover has he got? Not a lot. His vehicle won't sustain that much more damage. He sees a shack. Go for the shack. He finds it. He needs to get inside. The vehicle's blocking him. The vehicle's blocking him, and that's it. Shift W eliminated in 15th place. Oh dear, Jempty trying to get into the shack, and at the very last second, getting his head absolutely pulled clean off. So that's going to be their engagement done. With Potential and Yikes on the west side, still very, very tense in that face-off. And 3 members of Alan Oil are still up. Blaze have, like, it's important to point this out just as much as it's important to point out the fight. Blaze have backed off. They've decided if we can't win this fight quickly, we need to be worried about someone coming and fighting us from the backside. We don't want to get third-partied, so as a result, we're going to back off here and go west. I think that's a very, very sensible decision. Rip9 gets taken off, puts his head above the parapet just a little bit too long. And we have these guys up north taking them out. Still no action over there. That's fine. We've got Chickens Go Cluck. Here comes CGC moving in towards Furaffic. Oh dear. This might not be good. Ronnie Cray has some sort of sick off angle. Where in hell is he? Oh, that's because it's 2-2 split. Ronnie Cray and Robin are over here taking a ridiculous amount of shots against CGC, which will allow Dexy and... Is that Bag of Nuts? It is Bag of Nuts. To try and fight the close quarters combat. Bag of Nuts gets 1 knock, but he gets knocked himself. That's a big problem. X-Chris with the headshot using the SLR. Dexy is now the player they need to worry about. That's a fantastic grenade. Does 38 damage to Dexy. He might not have enough time to heal. Needs to think about dipping across the other side here to get a first aid off. He's going to struggle to make it towards Bag of Nuts as well. Here comes another grenade. Is it good? It's very good, and that's Dexy down. So that's 1/2 of Furaffic down here. There's no way they're going to be able to get revived because the other half of the squad are still over here in the forest. Ronnie Cray and Robin are going to be the half of the squad that survives, and as a result, Chicken Go Cluck are very, very happy to take this position away from Furaffic and be able to cement their position. Phase 4, though, cuts out most of the ferry people. So it's now essentially a 4-way fight to get into the circle. Because Chicken Go Cluck, they're going to have to move north. Guess what? They're going to have to move through through Blaze. But Blaze, when they move north, they have to deal with Alan Oil, who can still hang on to this building. Nexus have to move north as well, and off to their east are Pull Up. A lot of teams are in this position. It could end up being a big, big tinderbox. In addition, we've got With Potential still fighting it out with Yikes. This fight has not resolved yet, but they both have to move out. They're both stuck outside the circle right now. They need to move, but they can't move because the other team is right there. There's going to be some sort of YOLO play coming out here. That's a flashbang? It is a flashbang. Luke gets flashed to hell and back. He's in the circle now as well. Can't see. And wow, those 2 flashbangs worked. Atomical gets a beautiful play onto Luke. That was really well done. The flashbang prevented Luke from seeing where he had to go to move around the wall. And fair play to Atomical. That allowed him to get the point. Furaffic now just casually move in, and Tropic getting increasingly sandwiched between Zukdin Nam and Apex, but they're not pushing the issue, which means they should be okay for now. Blaze are moving west, but they're going to have to move into Furaffic really, really quickly. They might choose to just grab this position here and stay on the very edge, waiting for everyone else to come in rather than go after them aggressively. You can see Ronnie Cray here moving and looking to their left. They're not 100% certain there's someone to their right. They might have heard the vehicles, but they don't know how many. And it looks like, yikes. Yeah, only Mommer is left, so he must have sent it, licked the stamp and sent it into the center with a vehicle. And look at this, he's the only player left for his team. So that's what happened there. With Potential, still have 3 people in play. Atomical and Co. are fighting a doozy. He's got this shack. 1 grenade into that shack and you're in a world of pain. Need to be very, very careful here. This wall of smokes is delaying the inevitable, but a doozy here should not really be in any sort of advantage. Furaffic get eliminated. The 3rd member of With Potential get eliminated as well. We don't actually see... Oh, we don't actually see the grenades come in yet. And wow, With Potential get eliminated. It's a doozy and Mommer at the same time as they were pushing into the shack. A doozy gets 1. Mommer, who was forced out into the center of the circle because With Potential pushed the hell out of him earlier on, in the middle, somehow out-survived them. 2 teams accidentally working together. And I feel sorry for With Potential there. They deserve more than that. But that's the way the game goes sometimes. Next circle is a hard shift north, which means all of these teams, basically one of them are going to survive, and probably none of them, because we have Skade up here, who have got the trenches, and we've got Raise Your Edge over here. There is almost no way these teams are going to survive unless they pull off the rotation of the century right now. I feel bad for all of them, but first we have to see them fight each other. That's one for Fragger on Chicken Go Club. That's Tok down. Here comes Rikes. He's going to finish off pull-up. So that's one of the teams eliminated. Look at how quickly this blue zone is moving. It's phase 5, so it does a lot of damage as well. Look at that. As soon as Tok hits the blue, boom, that life starts chunking. He's only got about 10 seconds to live. Haydonix is now struggling. Look at that. He's going to have to use a lot of his meds just to stay out in the blue because he knows he's being gate-kept right now by X, Chris, and Co. They're just going to have to run. Alan Oil have decided not to fight. Ooh! Although he no longer has a rear right tire on that dasher, so control there could be a little bit tricky. Evil's not having the best of times right now as they move into Raise Your Edge. What an amazing Molotov into the shack, but he's behind it, not in it, so it's down to nothing. Wizzy, though, not able to switch weapons fast enough, and as a result, Alan Oil will be able to pick up that kill. They're up to 5 so far. Felix has got 3. CGC on the edge of the circle still potentially need to get a couple more kills, because I don't think it's realistic for them to survive here. Raise Your Edge and Skate now gatekeeping Alan Oil. They're just trying to get any angle they possibly can. 5-6 goes down. Felix is down and out, leaving Evil as the last remaining player here. CGC also eliminated in 9th place now. They know that there was no way of them getting in. Remember how earlier we said Raise Your Edge and Skate were here, therefore no one could survive? Well, that's basically rung true. Evil is the only player here who has survived from that entire southern fracas. And they're now in the middle of 2 very, very strong teams. More importantly, they're a solo player, and there's 2 on this side and 4 on that side. The odds do not look good for him right now. Entropic moving in from the north could actually be a little bit of a lifesaver for Evil here. All 4 of them are alive. If they start engaging Raise Your Edge and they become the meat in the sandwich, that might actually give Evil the time and space that he needs to escape. Because he's not trying to defeat these guys 1v4 or anything like that. He just wants everyone else to fight so he doesn't have to worry about dying. We're into the top 8 now, so we're into the placement points. Apex still have this compound. Phase number 6 coming in. Most of Apex's compound is still in zone. They're going to be very happy to just sit and chill and let everyone else fight. And they will pick off, well, they'll pick the remaining meat off the bones once all of those fights have completed. That's going to be their mission here. And look at this. Everyone needing to move in. This is good for Evil. He can just rotate in later. That's got to be his plan right now. Oh my god. Well, they haven't forgotten about him, I'll tell you that. They have not forgot about him. And that Molotov is dangerously close. The flames licking the outside of the building. And this might be an opportunity for Blaze. They're thinking, can I third party this? Is there an easy point I can pick up here? Remember, the more noise you make, the more attention you attract. Plan B have spotted Blaze. Blaze haven't shot yet. So they can still just heal up and be quiet. Laza will and... oh, he will find Sakura. He might get Sakura and Anonymous here. Here we go. Get Sakura. That's what we were talking about. You make too much noise for too long. That's what happens. Anonymous with the vehicle is on the other side of that hill and has decided he is going to fight this. All of Skater pushing across. Anonymous on the right. Misa and Nookie on the left. Continuing to move ever closer. And here we go. 2 people at once. Oh, wrong button there. There we go. Laza goes down. And that is the threat eliminated for now because the last remaining member of Blaze is Huth, who is over there and actually gets finished off by a doozy from Plan B. They're all the way over there, by the way. They've taken that shack life. Blaze getting eliminated from a shack is almost ironic in this game. But that's what happened there. Hawkey has gone down. And unfortunately, I think Noik is just going to have to run. I don't think Hawkey can be resurrected in time. He's only just about the same speed as the circle. Nookie will come in and finish him off, and that's why he didn't stick around for the resurrect, because he knew that someone from Skade was coming through. Woo! Noik, though, with that beautiful spray. That's a headshot from the barrel. Unfortunately... oh, what a great grenade as well. Posthumous at this point, unfortunately. Entropic eliminated in 6th place because Apex were coming in from behind. Nookie will not be able to get revived. A little bit too far to run, unfortunately. Tech is actually stealing that kill. Apex are still 2-2 split. You might be wondering, Apex had the compound. Why have they run out here? They're looking for extra points. They know that they can secure basically a top 3 position just by holding this compound. They wanted those extra points. High risk, high reward, well, low risk, high reward strategy, because half the team will survive even if these guys get cleaned out. All 4 of them are alive with 5 kills in this game so far as we go down to our final 4 teams. It's Apex, Plan B, Skade, and Raise Your Edge. Raise Your Edge with just the 1 player. Example right next to Calvin. If this Molotov hits, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful. It's about a centimeter away from doing damage to him. And Simsy's going to try and mop up the pieces now by the looks of things. And Example gets them both. This is what we were talking about. This is the risk that they were playing. Raise Your Edge gets eliminated, and they get eliminated by Plan B. Apex didn't want to lose 2 people doing that, but remember, at the end of the day, they've still got Tekkas and Intense. They are still in the circle. As a result, they have reached top 2, but they would have liked to do that with all 4 members left alive, not 2. This gives the advantage to Plan B. It might have been low risk, high reward, but it hasn't paid off on this occasion. Apex with 6 kills. Let's go ahead and take a look at Plan B. We haven't given them that much love because they've been third-partying everything. But to be fair, look at what that's done for them. They're on 7 kills, so they've got more kills at the moment than Apex because they've been very opportunistic, taking a look at their south side, checking out the teams that were in the forest, on the hill, looking for where they could steal the odd point. Someone else got knocked, that's fine. We'll see if we can get the kill, get the confirmed kill, and therefore finish them off. Great headshot there with the silenced SLR. Tekkas coming in on Zebraska. That's 1 member down. Plan B down to 2 players, so now it's a 2v2. Great hits onto Tekkas as well. He has to come into circle, and Girya is very close to him, so playing 2v1 at the moment, potentially. Fantastic Molotov. It does! It hits the giant jumping jack, and as a result, he's going to be able to move straight in. Is it enough, though? Flashbang coming out. He knows he's behind that tree. Gets 2 hits. Intense. Having to move in. Second flashbang on the tree. Drive-by from the vehicle, and he does it! He absolutely nails the vehicle at the same time as his teammate gets it elsewhere. Plan B win game number 4 with Apex in 2nd place. What a tremendous game.